Hey guys, I'm Sdanwolf and welcome back to the channel. And yes, I'm still alive. I'm back from a little vacation I had. We had a kind of like not a last minute trip to Charleston, South Carolina, but pretty quick notice, quick turnaround trip. So we left on Sunday, and I just got back yesterday evening. And yeah, so this is a pretty informal. You know, little safari video. I don't have any time lapse. This is more or less. I kind of wanted to just jump in and kind of just let you guys know that I'm back and working on the park. I have to give a shout out to Wow Man for our little sky lift, our little chair lift here, because he was saying for a while that the park really needs a chairlift. You know, Busch Gardens, a lot of these little zoos, as far as over their safaris and stuff go, it's a neat way, really neat view to give people of the animals this, like, you know, this upper view right here. And I thought it worked out really cool. He actually has an African style chairlift station that I think I may try to incorporate at the top of the research center here, because right now that just kind of runs into the roof. I just wanted to try to get a little bit of a layout going. I thought that this angle worked the best, and what I've essentially done is, remember probably a few months ago, every once in a while you see my remember the Hyperion hangar, kind of like the Discovery Bay build that I did, kind of on and off again. This is that hangar. This was the Hyperion hangar, and I thought it worked out perfect for like this, you know, safari type of African themed kind of you know, kind of chairlift station here. So this is just kind of the beginning parts. I want to have a big restaurant up here. I'm thinking with maybe giant glass windows and, you know, a huge A-frame, like, you know, 80-foot ceilings, 90-foot ceilings in it. Kind of think Animal Kingdom Lodge. Think that main building, but all of it being like a huge restaurant that kind of overlooks, you know, the plains out here, that overlooks the safari ride. So I think that is kind of what we're going for on this. A couple people on Bro Nation said it'd be cool to kind of make this a little more realistic. I need to get some emergency ladders here, just in case, you know, you'd have to worry about emergency evacuations, you know, if the chairlift stopped and all that. So that's definitely something we'll look into, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of like a little bit of a rough draft of what we're thinking here, just to add another dimension of how these guests, of how you would be able to, you know, to experience the animal exhibits and experience the animals from up top like this. Really cool the way they do it in Busch Gardens, you know, per se. How it kind of goes over their Serengeti plains, and I think this, like I said, this track, the way that this angle just it encompasses a lot of the enclosures, the elephants and the giraffes and the zebra, and the, you know, the you can even kind of comes over the little East Asian area a little bit. You can look over from this way and see the crocodiles, and it brings you like right over the Safari Depot where people will be down here kind of loading up. It worked out really well, like the support beams are out of the way of the trucks, because, you know, the trucks will kind of, they make their way up through here and circle back around. This support beam back here is kind of, it's the way it worked out, it plopped down over here out of the way. So even as far as the you know, even as far as the safari station goes, coming right through there, zips over the Koali Beach restaurant really well, would bring the guests right over the roof on that. And I just think it just adds a neat, like I said, a neat little dimension to the park here, and I think it covers a pretty good bit of ground. I really like how that has worked out. So like I said, now that I'm back and you know, like the little vacation is over, it is time to definitely start picking up some work again. So one thing that we definitely need to start working on that you guys were not too keen on the last video was the Chimpanzee House here. So you guys were saying the whole, basically the cathedral is, you're not feeling the cathedral. Everybody kind of wants like more of like, wants me to design a forgotten temple type area over here on the island. So I definitely think, I definitely hear you guys on that, and I think that's what we will do. So I will get rid of that cathedral, and we will try to redesign their little area over here, their little house, and to try to get that up as more of like a temple type area. And a couple other people too also said they didn't really like how this comes to a point and kind of bounces back that way. So I'm thinking maybe smooth this out right here and just kind of have it kind of flow with the edge of the water, and maybe have some more information boards or some greenery, some planters right here, instead of it kind of stopping right there on that point. So definitely some interesting feedback you guys have. Just like always, you know, you guys come out of left field with a lot of the stuff that, you know, that I kind of overlook, or then I'm like, oh, why did I not think of that? So that is something we definitely need to look into, kind of getting the little chimp area revamped. But, you know, that's kind of like why we post these videos, to get the feedback and to fix all this stuff. So the next little bit of feedback really need from you guys is what you think about the chairlift and what I can do to just help with the realism. Would really like to know what you think about the restaurant up here, kind of facing where the guests could face out, like looking out over, you know, over the safari and the rest of the park area. I know I've told you guys we definitely need to start working on the train station over here. So there's a lot of little nitpicky stuff that we have to mess with. Another interesting thing that I started over here, took one of the parking lots from my you guys, you know, my water park build, and brought it in over here, and have started finally have started on a sensible, semi-realistic parking area for our safari park here. So basically, you know, it'll be implied like normal. The cars and stuff will come out of those tunnels, and this area right here is like where it peels off to the right, will be drop off only. So the buses, you know, where they can drop the groups off, or like I said, if you're just dropping people off, this will be eventually the whole entrance area, and we'll do kind of like, it'll have its own episode, and I'll kind of film that, record some of that, and you know, have a lot of foliage out here. But if you're not dropping people off, you will also be able to make your way here to the right, and we'll get some vehicles out here, and all of the parking for our little safari park will be based over here. So we'll get some foliage up, and just, you know, we'll just kind of work on that, maybe do some terraforming over here. I've got the railroad track kind of boxed in now, with some hills, so still got a lot to do over here. Remember, you guys were saying it would probably be neat to get a couple more rides put in, kind of like this little turnaround section. So yeah, like I said before, a lot of little nitpicky stuff. I think that's what maybe the next episode will focus on, more so than expanding on another new area. Because what I think we need to do is we need to tie up a lot of loose ends before we get to the massive, you know, grizzly river country type area. That I want to do with like the American animals, like Miss Red Nebula's working on gray wolves. You know, Dead-Eye Duck has got a big brown grizzly bear that he's already put out on the workshop. So I think you guys will agree with me. And, you know, let me know in the comments down below, but don't you really think it's time that we do some housework and really do some cleaning up before we really start an entirely new land? Is just really kind of what I'm trying to say, and I think you guys will agree. So yeah, I think that is what's going to go down next. I will get, like I said, we'll get some footage up of me kind of, you know, tying up some loose ends, and then we can kind of focus on moving into our new land expansion. So I think maybe Grizzly Adventure, that will be maybe a couple episodes away, and then we'll dive full steam into that, and that will give the modelers some more time to get, just to get some of those American animals type animals ready. And yeah, so that is what is going on, guys. Like I said, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me. Just wanted to jump in and let you know what I've been up to. I know the last video was the Dollywood Wildwood Grove update. That was really the last, that last Friday was the last time I've really had to sit down and record, and I really have not had any Planet Coaster time being in Charleston since Sunday, so I definitely missed you guys, and I'm happy to be back and maybe kind of just get back into the flow of things and get to building again. So a lot of exciting stuff going on. Matter of fact, this weekend, Beyond Drew TV, we're going to film our first podcast, so be on the lookout for that. Maybe towards the beginning of next week. I'm not sure whose channel it'll go on first. May go on my channel first. And so yeah, we'll be talking all things Frontier, 4th franchise, DLC, the direction that Planet Coaster's going, Planet Coaster 2, YouTube, all the things that are in the cosmos that are interesting to us. And yeah, it will be no holds barred. It will be no time constraint, just a straight up podcast from me and my buddy Beyond Drew TV. So yeah, don't forget to be on the lookout for that, and don't forget to smash that sub button if you end up enjoying this content. And another thing, I've got to give a big thank you. While I was in Charleston as well, we hit our 3,000 subscriber milestone. So thank you guys for like I said on Twitter, for consuming all this content and letting me do what I love on this, and that is creating these Planet Coaster videos. And yeah, you guys kind of just being a part of this with us. So thank you again, and don't forget to smash that like button if you end up enjoying this video. It really helps me out. And yeah, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Thank you. See you.